Hi, my name is Angela, and I wanted to share with you the experience I had with the Goddess Activation by Rod and Nelia. Part of what I was trying to tap into is more of my feminine energy and really embodying and embracing my femininity and sexuality and kind of getting my groove back, as they say. And I really had almost forgotten, so this is how bad it had gotten. I had forgotten what a playfulness I used to have. I just knew like something wasn't whole in me in that way, the way I used to be. All I knew was I just don't feel as exuberant and as sensually embodied as I used to. I used to just own it. I had that feeling, I just felt all this sexual energy. And I feel like that is such a part of me that I wanted that back. It's not everything, but it kind of like infuses your whole being. Or at least that's how I used to feel. So Lalita was the perfect goddess to help me return to that, beyond my wildest dreams. It's from the playfulness. So the joy and the playfulness that Lalita, I'm not sure if I don't even really know all the terminology but I would say embodies, or the essence that she is able to infuse us with is very playful. And I just knew that's how I used to be. I used to have this. I used to have so much fun and creativity related to my sexuality. So so the session itself started off with an emotional clearing, and that was incredible. It was so much more than I even knew I needed to release. And Radha was just so intuitive in seeing, I guess, just what I needed to release. And so she was, using these descriptors, maybe 20 of them, and every single word that she said was just like pulling a dagger out of my soul, that I needed to release. Like, yes, that's yes. And even things that I didn't realize, but as soon as she said the word, it was like I would just break down and crying, because I could feel that was in me, and it was painful, she said failure. And I had done a lot of processing on my own. I'm actually a practitioner as well of a different modality, but I had not tapped into, there was so much that Radha tapped into as far as what needed to be released emotionally that I hadn't even been aware of. And so the example of failure, I had, recently ended a relationship that I was extremely invested in terms of just some, personal things that I felt like were meant to be, and that I was like almost destined in a way to what's the word? Manifest with this man. And it just had to end. And part of that left me with a very intense feeling of failure. I felt like I had failed destiny in a way. And I'm completely free of that. And, the other 19 out of the 20, descriptors, emotional baggage that she had labeled it, it just came pouring out of me. If anyone ever doubts if this stuff is real, you don't sit and, just weep. And he even breathed like, and I, on the phone with someone who was just like, that's never happened. ever. I don't even cry that easily. So, but all of this was just coming out of me and releasing. I could feel the heaviness in my heart chakra releasing. And I actually identified before I could even say anything. Oh, we need to work on your heart chakra, or we need to work on your third eye. Even before she called in the goddess Lolita, she was seeing and sensing these very specific things that I absolutely needed to heal and needed to release. So once all of that was released, and that was intense and powerful, then she invoked, is that the word? Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I really don't even know that much about it. I know that it's real and it worked. Amazing. But she invoked, I believe is the term, the goddess Lolita. And, I felt that. And then Lolita was then kind of giving Radha the visions of what I needed and what she wanted to bring to us. And she was beautiful, just a beautiful energy. And I really feel her with me still. And this is only day it's been 2 days. And so there'll be, I have meditations that I'm doing every day, just short little connection to her and to Lolita. And so, and then for follow-up, Radha gave me a mudra and a mantra, and I have, just some kind of little ritualistic ways to connect with her, like with the goddess, Lolita. Like, this is the mudra that she gave me, and this is for surrender. And so I'm just, doing that in meditation. So what I have felt is obviously huge emotional release. There were some very specific, very, very specific, very, very deeply personal, so you can imagine, things that Radha took me through, Radha with Lolita, took me through, that were just telling me things that I needed to know and I needed to see. And those explanations, and some of them involved past lives, and I could actually see the past life as well. That's never happened before. I've had those kind of clairvoyant, I guess, experiences sort of in dreams, like visions that were real, but that's never happened to me in a waking state where I was able to see the vision, and it was the same vision that Radha was seeing. So when she was, in the session with me, and those visions were so incredibly healing in, the deep pain that I had from the relationship. They were very specific to that relationship, and they were just knowledge that I needed to have peace with it, to let it go, to really finally completely let it go and have peace with it and come to terms with everything. It was like very, very specific knowledge that it gave me, that the visions gave me. So all of that, was in the session. Then now fast forward to after the session, what I felt is obviously huge emotional release. Even in my body, I was having like so much neck and back pain from the emotional toxicity. I already knew it, and I had like a 4-day headache. This is all like leading up to the session, and part of why I reached out to her, because reached out to Radha, because I knew that that I needed help, and I needed cleansing, emotional clearing, and I needed, like I said, I want to get my mojo back in that way, so in that special way. And yes, so I immediately felt all this release in my heart chakra, especially, and in my body, and the neck pain and the back pain dissipated. And that night I slept like 9 hours, and I've never slept 9 hours. I have trouble even getting in, 6 or 7, without medication. But no, I didn't, need anything. I just slept so hard, and I had amazing dreams, and I have not slept that well since probably my 20s, maybe. So, and then I woke up, and so much more of the neck pain and back pain. It was like so much better. The pain, and some pain is often emotional toxicity stored in our muscles. And it just, you can never underestimate how much that is. And it was so bad for me. I had, I was getting headaches, and I had like really, really painful spots, in my upper back, especially. And it just kind of like wouldn't even move. And then so the very next day after sleeping like that, I woke up, I felt my body physically just felt so much better. And I was able to move. I had like a lot more mobility, and it was kind of like popping like more into place. And it did that a few times. And even today it did that once. And I feel like every time that happens, it's, there's more mobility and more and less, tension, and just I'm almost completely pain free now. And it was so bad like before that it hurt even when I sneeze. And so that's kind of a undeniable, evidence that some real change, especially since like it'll kind of pop, and like every time that happens, it's better. So that's just blowing me away. But as far as the emotional, I have let go of that attachment. I've come to peace with ending that relationship completely. And just that is an incredible gift, because this was a intense, very significant relationship. And it was a brutal breakup, and it was we had a lot of karma, and the goddess helped me review that, and to see our past lives and our cords that bind, our connection and everything in a light that was beautiful, just beautiful, and allowed me to come to peace, come to terms with everything. And so that was an incredible gift, the physical recovery. And then, of course, like the goddess energy that was just, I feel like, infused in me with Lolita, as I feel some of that energy is with me now. I feel like I'm more in touch with my femininity, my feminine powers. I feel more playful. I feel more like I have just things that come to me that are just hilarious and fun. That just, it is not even, it's just for me. I mean, it's beautiful to share it and to feel like playful with other people. But even just in my head, I almost feel like, oh my God, that's Lalita, like she put that thought in my head, or that idea, or she'll have some little response to something I'm thinking, and I'm like, oh, what was that? But it's just so fun. She's just so in her power, and just so fun. She's just so fun and playful, and she's just has so much joy. And I feel like that it goes way beyond sexuality, but it's such a gift, and I feel it. I feel like it's with me every day, that essence, that energy. And here's the other thing that I feel it's enriching my life. It's only been 2 days, but I swear I've had, I had a couple, I worked yesterday. My approach to work is more joyful. I feel more confident in my job, and just really feeling like owning it, everything. I'm owning this task. I'm owning, like, everything feels like I'm in a flow state with it. Like, I don't hesitate or have doubt or have a lack of, confidence about it. It just flows, and I feel like, yeah, I got this. This is, yes, I'm owning it. I've got it. I can, and it's not it's not even like an ego thing. It's just because what I'm applying myself to is I care about the good, doing good work and doing, helping, being a good, whatever it is, a good employee or a good friend, whatever it is. I just feel like very giving and very confident, like, yes, I just feel like it's flowing from me. And I feel like I'm a better mom, actually. I feel like I'm being more playful with my kids. I'm being funny. Like, they're enjoying me, like, my humor. They're enjoying my humor. They're kind of like, I can relate to them better because I'm more playful, and I'm more free, and I'm more relaxed, and I have so much joy, and that's so good for them because they really, kids, really do feed off our energy and mirror our energy. And so that is an additional benefit that I didn't even think would be in the equation. But this session has just absolutely blown me away. And I've worked with other really good healers before, and no stranger to energy psychology and the healing arts, but Radha just absolutely blew me away. And her heart and her energy is so loving, and just so, she cares so deeply, and she's so in tune. I'm so grateful and honored just to know her. And I'm looking forward to doing the meditations and the practice. I'm really committed to the practice so that I can continue on this path of expansion and growth and evolution. And just encourage you, if you are considering taking that step, it is so worth just years of therapy, probably in one session. I mean, if you could ever get to that level of healing through talk therapy, I don't know if you ever could, actually, but like, even if under the best circumstances, it's just exponentially effective and such a beautiful experience. And I'm so grateful to Radha. She's just a beautiful, beautiful, generous soul.